finish line. You can't get there from here.
Strap on your pee bag. Wide Army. Running with scissors.
HWYRT.
HWYRT.
How come you're not running right now? No, seriously, grab some headphones and go for a run while you listen.
Come on, Bray.
And now, without further ado, here are Bryan and Peter.
Well, hey, we're sitting in the same room together with microphones, Peter.
Brian, I apologize right up front for 3 weeks of zero content.
Well, I haven't done anything either, so here we are. Let's make up for it. You want to go right to the phones?
We got to... Did we get a voice memo? Voice memo.
Voice memo.
Voice memo!
Let's hear from our friend in New York City, Mona's mom, Lori Richmond.
Cat mom.
The view from my run.
Hey, Bryan and Peter. It's Lori Richmond, friend of the show. Just wanted to send you a note to let you know I loved the episode where we heard Peter talk all about his trip to Japan. I got to go to Japan last summer with my family, and I ran while I was there in Tokyo. They have a really great run scene there, and I spent some time in Yoyogi Park, which is a little north of Shibuya. And running there in August is no fun. I mean, the heat and humidity is just super, super intense. But what was so amazing about it was seeing these huge run groups, tons of people, just leaving their stuff on the side of the road. Things like wallets, bags, phones, extra clothing, just left on the side of the path as they went running. And because there's no theft there, that type of crime, nobody takes anything. And being a New Yorker, I mean, we don't play like that. So that was just wild to see. But I was wondering if Peter saw anything like that as well. So love you guys. Talk soon. Bye.
So thanks again, Lori, for sending that in. Always good to hear from you. Hope you're doing well with your own training. Perhaps another Venmo? Perhaps another voice memo.
There we are.
To tell us how your training is going. And if you want to Venmo some money, that's cool too.
We'll always take it. Hey, sign up for YouTube. Follow us on YouTube.
We don't get money from that, though, do we?
HowWasYourRunToday.com. No, but we're still trying to get 100 viewers.
We're not at 100 viewers yet. Why? Did we take 3 weeks off?
Yeah, that's right. I think we've lost viewers.
Lost a few viewers.
Yeah, people actively went into YouTube and unfollowed us.
Listen, the only thing that people are talking about is, hey, Peter, Bryan, what's going on with that race you guys got coming up on what? The solstice, springtime?
You mean this would have been shorter tomorrow?
This would have been shorter tomorrow, or for that matter, yesterday. But that don't matter, 'cause all we really have is this little here solstice day.
Once again, the great Jeff Cronenberg, composer at large, knocks it out of the park. Yes, that's right. This would have been shorter tomorrow, Ultra, coming on Saturday, June 21st, to a Freedom Trail near you.
Well, kind of the Freedom Trail. I mean, we might cross it a few times. I have a plot rooted out at this point.
Do we have deets? The people want the details.
So, as far as I know, there are up to 3 people starting with me.
Does this include me?
I don't know what you're doing, Peter. That's why we're sitting here looking at each other, and I
Hold
want
on.
to hear what your intentions are.
Oh, my intentions
Because
are good.
Brewmaster Will and I have been training for like 2 months, running many, many miles together.
Okay, all joking aside, you two are really killing it on the mileage.
We've done some big runs.
Kidding now included. As you can tell,
Right.
I'm ready.
Well, can't tell by looking at you, but
Here's
I know
what we know
from
I
your
could-
calendar,
Boy,
your Strava,
my Strava's quiet,
a little quiet.
but maybe I'm going without the watch. Or
Are
my body.
you?
Or my body. My body's maybe at home. Listen, I've been traveling. I have a lot of things going on.
I have no excuses.
Listen.
I made this event up.
This is fake.
It's actually going to happen, but you don't need to participate or do it when I'm doing it. You can come anytime. You can get on a e-bike and stop in when you want. Actually, that's a brilliant idea.
Well, let me ask you this. Can I get on the scene
Get on up.
like a running machine
Get on up.
or a walking machine?
Get on up.
Here's my plan. You really want to know what I'm doing? I'm going to tell you what I'm doing.
Okay.
Whatever time you're setting as this is the time we're showing up for first light and the sort of like cheer and let's go, I am right there, my friend. And you know
Are
I'm good
you
like
serious?
that.
Well, you always have been.
Right.
Even in St. Croix, which was outrageous.
It's outrageous that I did that.
Yeah, it was. No reason to wake up that early.
0 on an island vacation for a race I was not participating in.
St. Croix.
So I guarantee you I'm going to be there.
Okay. Well, that time is going to be 6 a.m. outside of South Station.
How do we know that? What time does the sun rise?
About 5:05. That's too early. I live like 45 minutes from South Station, so
Sweet. I don't understand what you're saying. We're not honoring the sunrise?
I'm not getting up at 3. It's not happening. Because you know all the things that have to happen
I do.
from
I
wake
do.
up to get in the car and
Oh,
drive.
I do. So you don't want to wake up at 3
Correct.
and just
I don't want to ruin my whole...
have coffee, a bran muffin, do a couple stretches, tell your body you're going out for a run right now,
Right. No.
and really you're just going around the corner.
But I'm going to do that at 4.
Okay.
So I'm going to wake up probably at 4, maybe as
Okay.
late as... No, it's got to be 4.
Okay.
So I'll wake up at 4. I'll do the eating. I'll go to the bathroom. I'll stretch. Then we haven't figured out how we're going to get there yet, but we'll do something. We'll drive there or have somebody drive us there, or one of my children will drive us there.
What I think I hear you say, if I can put words in your mouth, is that unlike Soul Searching Solstice Run,
Yeah.
which was really sun up to sundown on the shortest day of the year,
Yeah.
this one,
Yeah.
on the longest day of the year,
Yeah.
it's a little more cavalier, it's a little more symbolic.
Shambolic.
It's
Shambles.
like, yeah, the sun's going to be up, and we're going to run while that sun's up.
Correct.
But you're not really saying you got to clock in at, oh my gosh, there it is, it's peeking over the horizon.
Let's put it this way. We'll be involved in ultra activities when the sun is coming up.
Perfectly
meaning
fine.
Driving to the start.
Perfectly. There's nobody listening to this other than George Woodward who is like, oh,
No, there's one person who's deeply disappointed.
who's that?
That would be one Emily Saul.
Emily Saul of Esau Movement.
Her
Well,
advice was honor the solstice and start at sunrise.
listen to your solstice.
And Will and I talked about it a lot, and neither of us wanted to wake up before 4 a.m.
Now she can honor it.
Sure.
For bragging rights alone, she could be like, guys, I've been running this last hour and
Oh yeah,
whatever.
if people want to jump in at
The crack-
5:05,
literally the crack,
go do it.
go do it. But you're saying the meetup point is at South Station, the corner of South Station, 6 a.m.
Yeah,
Eastern Standard Time.
correct.
No, Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Daylight Time.
Here on the East Coast, June 21st, it's a Saturday.
Yeah,
6 a.m.
yeah,
right in front of South Station.
yeah. And we've been going roughly about 5 miles an hour, which is
In what way? In a go-kart? Do you mean running?
Running, yeah.
Okay, hold on. No, easy. Just slow it down.
No, I mean, because that also, think about it. That's about I don't know what it is, a 10:30, 10:45 pace with snack breaks and frequent snack breaks.
Jiminy crickets.
And other stuff.
Okay, so this is for people who run. Is that what I'm hearing? Is this whole thing for runners? Clyde Army's tired. Wait, what?
Clyde Army.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that I couldn't do it. I just
I don't think you can if you haven't been training.
I think I need another year.
Because this
I'm
training
loving
has been
this.
very, very difficult on my body.
I'm loving this for
and
you.
my emotions.
I'm so happy for you. So, to get back to me,
Let's talk about you, Pete.
I'm going to be there at 6 a.m.
Okay.
What's up? Who wants coffee? No, I'm going to be
coffee.
ready. I'm going to be ready to go.
All right.
And then I'm going to really cheer you guys on.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like in the first 4 minutes, like by 6:05,
Yeah.
I visually won't see you anymore.
Correct.
And then as long as you've given me a map,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I mean, you could go if you're riding on the T, as
Why
we
would
call
I get
it.
on the T?
You could just go to Harvard Square and wait for us to there.
What? What am I supposed to? What am I?
No, you do whatever you want.
Am I your PA? Am I helping you out? Am I
No,
bringing
you just said maybe I'll see you later on the course.
Yeah, at the end when you guys
I
have
see.
like set up tents and are like barbecue.
Well, to that point,
Yes.
Here's the map. I have the map I have routed. I'm not going to give you every detail, but I'll say that
Why is it secret?
no, because it's tedious. So
That's all we do on
all right,
here.
this show is tedious. So we start at South Station. We're going to basically do the harbor walk so that we do see the sun over the Atlantic Ocean. Wonderful, beautiful, right?
I mean, yeah,
We go to the north end of Boston. We see the Paul Revere statue.
got to touch it.
Go past the North Church.
Bye-bye.
Make our way in across to Boston Common and the
Yes.
Public Garden.
Yes.
We scoot over the Arthur Fiedler footbridge and we get onto the famous esplanade along the Charles River.
Yes, and now you head west along that.
We run west for several miles until we hit the Anderson Bridge that brings us into Harvard.
Square.
We go up John F. Kennedy Road onto Mass Ave through
Sure
Harvard
do.
Square.
Sure do.
And then we continue up Mass Ave to Porter Square just about.
Give or
And
take.
then we get on this little spur of the Minuteman Commuter Bikeway.
Thank you so much.
Takes us to the HWYRT station.
Yes, it does.
And that is when we get on the what most people consider the Minuteman Commuter Bikeway, and we take that from Cambridge all the way to Bedford
It's a long haul. We've
through
done it
Arlington
several- it's a great
and
route.
Lexington.
So, question.
Mm-hmm.
Calculate out friend, high five, chit chats. What time, this is for people who maybe aren't close to Boston, what time would you hit Alewife Station roughly?
About 2 hours in.
So we're around the 8:15 period
Yeah,
in the morning
Right.
on Saturday,
right.
June 21st.
Roughly 8 o'clock.
So if people wanted to hop on, because that's a great place for people to hop on.
Right, there's parking.
There's
You can-
parking.
if you live in the city, you can take the T there.
If you don't live in the city, you can take the T there.
Right.
You can drive there.
So it roughly,
Yeah, you
that
go there.
that stretch from South Station to Alewife doing that course
It's like phase one.
roughly 10 miles.
Yeah, it's a phase one.
Right.
Now, what's the distance from Alewife all the way up to Bedford, that run, which is
About 10 miles.
it's a straight line, pretty much.
Yeah, about 10 miles on the old railway bike path.
Now, are you going to stop at the Trader Joe's with any kind of
Yeah,
tools?
we'll be looking for the Nano.
The Nano needs to come home.
Now, the interesting part about that whole stretch
Yeah.
is if you are, if you run out of water in the first 10 miles, you're at the wrong event.
Hey, don't do that.
But between Alewife and Bedford, there's a couple of CVS's and other stores that
Sure.
you can stop and refuel. And then I do hope to have a refueling station, as we did the last time, meet us at Bedford.
Oh, okay. So Bedford's
Mile
another
20.
Mile 20 is another place where people could get
Right.
in.
Yes.
Because now we're looking at about, I'm going to guess, close to 11 a.m., 11:30. Because
Well,
as much as you'd like to stay on pace,
yeah.
come on now.
Of course. So if we go that pace, it would be 4 hours, which would be about 10:30, but you're right. It will probably be closer to 11 at that point.
Sure. So people shouldn't be weirded out if they're there at 11. There's no sign of us.
Well,
And when I say us, I mean you.
me solo at that point,
Yeah,
probably.
because Brewmaster Will's like, this is dumb. I'm going to wait for Peter. And we're going to
He's a
get
smart
tacos.
man.
Yeah.
And then to the bridge, the North Bridge in
The
Concord
North
Center.
Bridge. Okay, so this is Bedford now to North Bridge stretch.
Right. So you go down what you call the Reformatory
What's that, 5 miles?
Trail. It's about 4 miles.
4 miles, okay.
This is all approximate.
I get it.
And then here's the change from the last time.
Oh.
North Bridge, run through Concord, past Walden Pond to my house.
Finally. I've been wanting this.
I know. We were foolish what we were doing last time.
Not foolish. We had to do a thing, but it was fine.
And that stretch is about 10 miles. So given that this is all was seat of my pants using Google Maps, it could be anywhere from 28 to 35 miles.
Yeah, it sounds like it's a 33, 34 miler.
So I think we're not going to have any trouble hitting a 50K. But the nice thing is, once you get out of Concord, the last 5 miles is pretty flat.
Yeah.
There's some woods, and you do eventually get to a sidewalk. There's a little, you'll have to avoid traffic, in quotes, a little bit, but not too bad.
Not too bad.
Well, you're pretty tired at that point. You've run a marathon, and you're just waiting to get to the grill. So
I don't want to be offensive, but this is
now, why are you starting now?
exciting as balls with a Z.
Okay, balls is with a Z. Thank you.
I'm so pumped for you. And for Brewmeister, Brewmeister, Master, Mooster, Will.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for my feet because they're going to also do this, but they're going to do it primarily walking.
Okay.
And I'll be lucky if I get done by sundown.
So you're going to leave with us at 6.
100%.
Follow the route.
Yeah.
And walk the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I might jog a little bit if I'm in the mood. Depends how I'm doing. Dude, I haven't trained.
But I don't want you to be doing this all by yourself.
I'm not saying I'll be by myself. People are listening to this. They're like, oh, sad Pete Villa. We should join him.
But that's like me doing the wintertime solstice, doing 2 loops by myself, going like, I invented this stupid race and I'm all alone.
Yeah, but you got Brewmeister Will. You're fine.
Okay.
I can get everybody else. I can get the people who are like, I didn't really want to do this, or this is dumb. Or I can get the people who are like, I don't know what this is. Ow, blister.
But they could come out for a couple miles, 10 miles.
They can do whatever they want. They could come out,
it.
see you, cheer you on, run with you for a mile, go get lunch.
Yeah.
I'll eventually walk by their cafe. Right?
The amazing thing.
Yeah.
The amazing thing is this. So much of it is open to biking as well.
Well, I have thought about that, and I need to double check my app. But the Blue Bike Network, here in the Boston metro area, is so much better than it was when we started this show.
Yeah.
Back when it was HWYRT.
Right.
For those old school people, you know what I'm talking about. I still got my green fob.
I was going to say, you still have your account?
I do. It just transferred right over. I mean, I could, with a hop, skip, and a jump, easily bike a ton of this.
Yeah, you could.
And warp speed it.
Pretty much recommending that.
Well, I hear you, but I also maybe could use a day of just walking. Being in my head, talking it out. Maybe I see a squirrel or a pigeon, chat them up. I might finally see an owl, Bryan.
I mean, I will never tell somebody they shouldn't do something very difficult for a long period of time.
You will never do that. You've never, ever said it.
I actually will always advise that you do that.
Yeah.
As long as it's probably not dangerous, you should do it.
I don't think this is very dangerous.
No.
I do have a habit of going against the light and going into traffic. You've seen it.
Yeah.
I need to curb that, literally.
You want to wear a hat to protect you from the sun.
I got to have a little bit of sunscreen on the old arms akimbo.
I mean, it could be 98 degrees.
98 degrees in the shade.
And that's why we're starting at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Real hot.
So if you go by my 5 miles an hour, we'll be done somewhere around 12:30, realistically 2 p.m.
Okay, so now let's do my calculation. You ready? Do I need a calculator and or abacus?
Both?
I'm rocking a solid 3.5 miles an hour.
Okay.
I'm going to scratch 4 occasionally,
But that's quick.
but it's going to be more like 3 on average.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say we average 3 miles an hour.
Yep.
I'll be done in 10, 11,
Yep.
about 11 hours.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
11 to 12.
I could probably get it in there for 11.
Probably.
Like if I actually like jog with you guys that first 2 miles.
It all depends on the weather, really.
Right. But let's say I give myself 12 and I'm done in 11.
That would be sweet.
Yeah, where are you guys going to be?
At my house.
Right,
Grilling.
that's where it ends.
That's why we're doing that.
And I just walk up
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm not wrecked. I'm just hungry. What do you got? What do you got waiting for me?
All kinds of grill food.
Don't say it and not mean it.
All kinds of grill food.
All right. Can you grill a pizza?
Yep. We have a pizza oven.
Cool. I think it's going to be great.
I think so too.
How clean are the sheets on your guest room bed?
Very clean.
Could I just tuck right in?
Yeah, but remember, it's going to be June. With the exception, we're recording this right before Memorial Day in Boston, and it's freezing and pouring rain.
It's pitch black dark out at 4:30.
We're expecting snow to start, but by June 21st again.
That's Saturday, June 21st.
Saturday, June
6
21st.
a.m.
It should be warmer.
So you're saying if I take 12 hours to do this, it's 6 p.m. and the sun is up for another 2 hours?
Oh my God, it's still up.
It's still up.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is doable. I'm not even going to cheat with the bikes. I was thinking about cheating with the bikes. I'm not even
Well,
going to
you
cheat with the
could.
bikes. Why would I do that?
I don't know.
I'm only going to do that if I'm in dire straits.
No, you might do it just because it's like
I can't pay for we can't pay for that drop. It's too expensive. I want my MTV.
move.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for acknowledging me. I've been seen. So yeah, I mean, whoever wants to join, you can either be in the front of the train or the back of the train.
Or pop in whenever you want on the train.
Pop in with a popover. I'll eat it.
So I guess I'll put some sort of map up on the internet somewhere.
I mean, Internet
Map-ish.
Dan has already written to me and is like, "Where's the image of
I
the
have the
thing?"
image. Okay, here's something you don't know.
I don't know anything
Okay,
because we haven't talked in 3
The artist in
weeks.
residence made 2 images, one with black text and one with white text.
Oh my God.
And then, do you remember that we have a Redbubble store?
I do.
Okay.
No one else does.
It's up on Redbubble.
No
and
one knows
you
how
can
to
buy
find that.
merch.
No, so should we
For
put
this
that
event.
Should we put that on our website that doesn't exist? Don't be mad, Dave. We're going to get it to
Well, you could ask Jackhammer Johnson what to do,
you. JackhammerJohnson.com.
and Jackhammer Johnson would say, just put it on the Instagram.
And also just
or
go
the
to
Facebook
How
or
about just go to Redbubble and type in "How was your run today?"
Well, that's a good idea, and then look for the collection of whatever this race is called.
This would have been shorter tomorrow.
This would have been shorter tomorrow, yeah. So you get shirts, hats, stickers, all kinds of stuff.
No one's going to do that.
No, I'm going to do it.
Oh, I guess I could do it.
I'm going to wear a hat.
Can I get a discount?
You can get a bucket hat. You like bucket
I
hats.
love a bucket hat.
There you go.
I bought Anna Brooks a bucket hat from Japan. She looks great in
Nice.
it.
Actually, if it's really sunny, I am a big trucker and baseball hat person, but a race-specific bucket hat might be the way to go. Plus, we'll be identifiable.
When you say race specific, we have to be very careful now. You mean ultra.
Event-specific.
Thank you.
Yeah, an event-specific. Now you've got me tripping over my own tongue, Peter.
Fine. You watch
That
me.
was messed up.
Watch me walk in for 34 miles. See how many times I trip.
It's probably going to be like 57 miles.
Oh my God! Is it longer when I walk? It doesn't get any longer.
No, what I'm saying is my mapping method was not...
No, it's perfectly fine. This sounds about right.
It sounds about right.
Well, because last time we did it,
Last time we did it,
we
was like...
hit a marathon. It was like we have a
Concord
little
Center.
more to do.
Yeah.
We didn't have a ton.
We hit the bridge at about 25 miles, and
Right.
it's about 6 miles back to my house. So,
Yeah, it's fine.
yeah.
It's a good ultra distance.
It's the in Boston part. Like if we get caught doing the harbor walk, which like goes out every single pier and stuff like that, you just can't do that because that would add a couple more miles. You don't want to do
Well, let's not do that.
No.
So let's be very clear, especially because there's going to be somebody at that point in the race, because we're talking the first bit, hours behind you because I have to go get donuts and freshly baked bread. It's very early.
How much kombucha are you going to swallow during
All
this?
the kombucha.
I can't believe it.
Do they have kombucha now with Reese's Pieces in it?
I think they do. Well, a chocolate straw.
Fine.
Kombucha with a chocolate
it's
straw.
Like boba tea. Funk. Right up in there. No, I'm very excited for this. I can't wait. And I have been practicing. My walking game is humongous ever since Japan.
You've kept it up?
Oh, yeah.
What are you going to wear for footwear?
See the shoes I have on right now?
Yes.
Not these.
Okay.
These are too old.
You're going to go beast?
I think I have to go beast. They give me the best support.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pair it's the pair from Japan I could still use. They've been awfully beat up in a relatively short period of time because of the amount of mileage they've got. So I have to decide in the next week or two if I'm getting yet another pair or am I just going to burn it hard.
I've just resigned to constantly buying new sneakers.
Oh, I know. They're just so expensive.
I know, but
and I have way too many.
But no, you have to get rid of the old
I
one.
know.
That's what I started doing.
I just threw a pair of beasts away, my red and blues, and I had them for a long time, but they had a hole in the toe. I was like, it's fine. And then I looked at the bottom, like the treads were totally gone. Like
Right.
I was being.
I mean, you heard my story of trying to figure out which sneakers were still good, and
it
none
was
of
so
them
silly.
were good.
Yeah, the answer is none.
They were
none
all
good.
trash.
I'm very excited for this. I hope everybody else is. What should people do if they have questions?
Well, they can write to howisyourruntoday@gmail.com.
They can also post the questions on our Facebook or Instagram pages as soon as this episode is up.
Yeah, and Internet Dan will collect those and send them to us.
He's never done that. That sounds
He
like
did one time.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Where was I?
I don't know. You were in Japan.
I'm sure that's true.
Come on, break.
Hey, Brian, I'm so sorry. We've let a lot of time elapse here, and we probably have to wrap this up soon, but how was your run today?
Oh, well, thanks for asking, Pete. I did not run today. I haven't run for the last 2 days. The reason is Will and I did a really nice 4 after our half marathon on Saturday. We did a nice 4 on Monday.
Nice.
And then for me, outdoor Old Man Ultimate Frisbee has started back up. So that's Tuesday night. And I have to say...
It's like falling off a bike and your body is new again?
Yeah, it's like falling off a bike.
And being pinned under it?
If that bike had been in a helicopter over a cornfield.
So things not good with the old body?
It's just Wednesday morning. I have not been going to the stadium because it's I'm stiff, man.
Yeah, man, I hear you.
So it takes all day to sort of unwind, but it's so much fun. I really do like it. I'm glad to be able to still sprint around, once a week. And so Wednesday is really a strong recovery day, and then normally Thursday would be a 5 or something like that, and some gym time, but my schedule didn't allow it. So I will get in 4 miles of hills on Friday, and then a very long run on Saturday. I might even do the first part of the course on Saturday. Although again, the weather looks crappy. It's like Will and I, all of our long runs, it's been cold and rainy. There was one point where we did one. This was only 2 weeks ago, and neither of us at the end when we were having our final foil packet meal there.
Yeah.
Neither of us could open them effectively
your
because our
fingers
hands
they were
didn't
broken.
work.
Yeah, they were broken.
And he's like, it's really hard to open a goo packet when you have drumsticks for fingers.
Yeah, it's
for
right.
hands. And
well, you're training for that winter race that's coming.
yeah, so we'll have no heat training at all.
Yeah, if it's
that'll be tough.
if it's in the 80s,
Yeah. No, we're screwed.
I think everybody will be.
All right, so here's the other part. So as you know, I went to Portugal for a week. We did a ton of walking,
Love it.
but did miss a week of training. And now is graduation season. So like we have a bunch of all the weekends between now and the event. I'm pretty sure my long runs are not going to happen. So
Got in the bank, baby. You're fine.
I think I was just starting to put some quarters in the bank.
Wait, what is it? 4 weeks away?
Yeah, and
Yeah, you could lose a lot in 4 weeks.
Yeah.
I could get a lot in 4 weeks.
you could gain a lot. We could equal out. And then for heat wise, forget about it. So the thing I want to ask you is, how was your run today?
Bryan, thanks so much for asking. It's been a while. In the time since we last spoke, I have run. And I have run with friend of the show, Greg Shea. And I've run with the friend of the show, Greg Shea, down in Savannah, Georgia.
So you've had heat training.
It was 81. It was like 2 in the afternoon.
Oh. And you'd flown there that day?
I'd flown there that day. We were staying across from downtown on the river near a convention center. And we took the free ferry across the way and hit it. And everything smelled like asphalt. And
I thought you were going for another word there.
Nope. And while the riverway was beautiful and you could see the big container ships coming in, the actual downtown was both hilly with lots of stairs, cobblestones, uneven ground. It just wasn't conducive. I literally could get a mile or so in before I told him, Greg, I'm holding you back, because I was practically on his back, like carry me.
Yeah, you should have been.
And then I let him just fly, go ahead, and his long, lanky legs just shot off. He was gone before I even could say, I'll see you back at the hotel.
Nothing like a surfer running in Georgia.
He's like a modern-day god, that Emmy Award-winning filmmaker Greg Shea.
So
But
many Emmys.
I'm so glad I got out there. I'd never run in Georgia. I don't think I ran when I was there in Atlanta. And Savannah, to be fair, it's like 4 hours away from Atlanta.
Never been.
You're so much more south. You're less than 2 hours away from Florida. It's like
You're way down there.
you're way down there, and it was hot, and it was
Right.
humid.
Oh.
And like, okay, 80 doesn't sound that hot, but it is.
Well, there's every possibility that it's going to be like 75 at 6 a.m.
And then 90.
on the solstice, and then 90. It
Which
could
is
also
fine.
it also could be beautiful weather.
All the more reason, no matter
We
what,
don't know.
get fooled. Hat, water,
Yeah.
don't joke around, get it in. Keep your calories going, keep that salt.
This would have been shorter tomorrow bucket hat.
What is it? What color are they?
You get some choices.
Can I pick a color?
Yeah.
All right, I have to go look at that's on the Redbubble store. So, long story short, I'm excited. I think it's going to be great. I think we need this.
We do need something.
Now I think,
Okay.
and this is hard to do, I think we got to commit to a show a week until it happens.
You're always full of these types of challenges.
I just think we should. I think the people want it. I think you and I need to stay honest.
I think
I'm
that's
now
true.
worried about you losing all your fitness. I'm worried
No,
about
that's
me.
definitely going to happen.
I'm worried about me not wanting to eat as much now because I'm going to think about this too
I'm going to
much.
be like a little baby man without my long runs.
No, you'll be fine. I think you know what a long run is. Your body knows. As long as you can keep 2 or 3 or 4 good runs in there of various intent, I would wear a parka.
What?
Get some heat training going. Get some heat going.
Makes you a trendsetter.
Trendsetter.
Thank you. I've been waiting to use that for so
Oh
long.
my God.
No.
Yeah.
The heat training will come. Don't worry.
Throw a couple jalapenos in the mouth. Put
What?
a parka on. Get a wool hat on. Put gloves
You know,
on.
I just turned another birthday, right? I don't think it's safe for me to do that kind of stuff anymore.
I'm going to say this about that. You could go back into the archives of this show. Listen to any of them in the first 20 to 50 episodes.
20 to 50 years.
We're complaining about our bodies and our things.
That's all we do.
The difference now is I was cleaning up the house the other day and I was vacuuming and I literally moved an ottoman and it almost killed me.
You tweaked your back looking at a Christmas tree.
No, I really did damage to my back that day. That was bad.
Yeah, for like a week.
Yeah, no, I woke up sore from moving an ottoman.
You should do a little running.
I should do a lot of things. Funny part is I'm doing more Sams than I am running.
Well, that's only going to help.
I'll tell you where I'm not setting foot in, and I'm going to hear it, is the gym. And now I'm afraid to go in.
No, don't. So I haven't been since I went to Portugal, and I'm excited to go back in. But, once it's off your schedule, it's really hard to get it back on.
No.
But I'll be back in next week.
I got to fold in. Like this rainy weekend's the perfect time. Get
That's
back
true.
in there.
Yeah.
Everyone's graduating. Everyone's out of town. Get back
It's going
in.
to be so empty.
It's going to be so empty.
Oh, I'm so
and if
excited.
anything, we need strength training. We're
Yes.
of the age.
Yes.
I don't want to say we're mid-50s. We are, though.
No.
54 is mid. 54, 55, 56. True? Aren't those mid?
No, 100%.
So when's late 50s? 57?
I'd say 58, 59. Yeah, 57, 58, 59.
No, because you get 3 of them.
I guess.
Because when you're 50, you're not early 50s. You're 50.
No, you're basically 40 and oops.
Okay. So your early 50s are 51, 52, 53.
Yeah.
So now we're not in our early 50s. Now we're mid 50s, 54, 55,
I
56.
can't argue with that.
It's hard to beat. This can be
I mean,
applied.
I look in the mirror and I know it's true.
I can't. I don't. It's like a specter.
So
It's like-
I went with,
You know in the Casper with the fat ghost?
yeah,
I'm seeing that.
yeah. So
Why can't I be thin when I'm dead?
Let's not go there. I
probably will be, right, eventually?
Yeah.
It's a good thought.
I shaved my beard,
Yo, you look like a child.
so now I look younger and worse as opposed to.
Do you know those drawings kids do with
older and better.
thumbprints where like they draw a face on a thumbprint and
Yeah.
they draw the body around
Yeah.
that? That's the way you look right now.
That's weird.
You just have a thumbprint for a face.
Okay.
But you have a lot of hair.
You might want to clean your glasses.
It's awful.
I have features.
I don't even wear my contact lenses anymore.
What?
I don't, because these things transition to sunglasses. I just don't. I haven't. So contact lenses mean I'm out for the day, either walking or running all day.
Okay.
They haven't gone to my eyes.
I've never even considered contact lenses because I can't put my fingers near my eyes.
You want me to do it?
Nope.
Once you do it, you start. I started when I was 13,
Oh,
14.
God.
You get right in there. Look.
Nope.
I can touch it right now while we're talking.
I can't even put eye drops in my eyes.
Well, that's
It
dumb.
freaks me out.
Come on.
I mean, I get used to it because they provide relief for dry eyes, but
How are you on swallowing pills?
fine, I don't think about
Some
it.
people have real weirdness.
I know
about
they
that.
do. No, I don't have any problem swallowing pills.
I don't like when the pills are too big.
Well, sure, but who cares? I mean, you just do it. What's the point?
I don't know. I like it when you use that tube and you put it in my mouth and you shoot it in.
I don't know what you're talking about. Isn't that what they do with llamas?
Yeah, and horses, yeah.
Clyde Army Pharmacy.
No. Speaking of which, we haven't done a cooking with Clyde Army in a while.
Have you cooked anything
Wait,
in a
is
while?
that what it's called? Clyde Army Kitchen in a while.
Clyde Army Kitchen.
Yes, chef.
No, there's a new show called Yes Chef. I think that's the stupidest name.
Really?
Yeah, it's a chef competition show.
Yes, chef.
And it's all about like, don't be dramatic, just do the dish right.
Well, that's, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
I kind of want to see like
We're not all Kardashians.
right, like some guy in the corner crying because he didn't do his bisque right. Like,
do
I
your
don't
job.
care.
Not everybody has to get yelled at by Gordon
Oh, I
Ramsay.
almost want to go to the movies right now, but it's not the right time because we're talking about running, and we should be talking about running. That's why people come to the show.
What do you talk about when you talk about running?
What I mean when I talk about running?
What do you talk about when you mean you're running?
When I'm running, what I talk about is what I meant.
I'm not mean when I'm running, but I do talk about being mean.
You were not mean, but I get what you mean, especially while we're running together. So I'm a little sad we won't be running together on Saturday, June 21st, 6 a.m., right outside of South Station. I mean, I guess I'll get you a little bit, but your new best friend Will gets a lot of you. So when are you guys starting the show?
Well, we're not, and we've just been running. There's two factors going on.
Go for it.
One is he lives down the street from me, so it's incredibly convenient.
He's your neighbor.
And he happened to be getting in a good 10 or 12 on the weekends, which I was struggling to do, I have to tell you, if you remember any of that.
He was grooving. And
he was grooving, and I'm like, I need to be more like him.
You do tend to go that way. You see something, and then you say something to yourself
Yeah.
that I want to also be like that.
And what I say is, go steal that person's mojo.
Do what they do. Suck their souls.
Right.
Question. Earlier in the show, you were talking about the 3 people who might show up, and you weren't counting me per se.
Right.
You.
Well, I didn't know. This is a wonderful surprise.
Okay, so you, the Brewmaster Will. Who's your third person that's not me?
Peter, listen to this.
Eureka! I've done it again!
That's right. My current coach
Wait, what?
Professor Lollipop.
How far deep into this episode? Now you're saying this now?
Well, I put out the call to say, would anybody put together a
Won't
plan?
someone please train me?
And Paul said, you know what, I'll do it.
I'd rather do that.
And he sent
That's not how he sounds.
a plan, and I was like, this looks great. And it is great. And I said, here's the things I typically do every week, including like go to the stadium and this and that. And he incorporated all of that. And by week 3, I'm reading it because, he's like, yeah, do that, whatever.
Could you see it
and
through the
add
tears?
These miles. And I'm just realized,
you're
boy,
dead.
that's a lot. And then he reached out right before I went to Portugal and asked me how I was doing, and I sort of explained it, and he gave me some really good advice and said, you're doing great, basically. And he is watching me on Strava, and he's reading my posts. I post sort of every Saturday for the Sat Stat Chat.
I love that.
And
The what again?
Sat Stat Chat.
HWYRT sent you a request. It says Sat Stat Chat. Would you like to reply? Would you like to reply? Would you like to reply?
And that's how he's coaching me via social media. But it's been fantastic. No, the plan has been really good. Obviously, I've fallen off of it a little bit because I went away, and now this week of coming back has been pretty tough. Maybe I've been back 2 weeks, but no, 1 week.
Look great.
Thank you. But it's been a great plan, and I'm still on it. That's what I have to say. Thank you, Paul. So he said, I think he will join. And you had something about the great filmmaker Greg Shea.
Yeah, he is verbaled all over the joint, especially talking big in Savannah.
Right.
I don't want to paraphrase, but he said something like, as long as I don't have any other plans that day, and I don't know what that means. Like, how
Says
about
the guy with 3 kids?
Yeah,
who
how
will be
about
home.
this is the plan? It's the
Also, this is the plan.
Saturday, June 21st.
Also,
6 a.m.
don't you have to get like some B-roll footage to roll in for your wintertime solstice movie?
No, what he does need to do is train for the great thing with the mountains.
Thing with the mountains?
He's in some lottery for some big thing.
What?
What's the ultra that's coming up?
There's lots of them.
I don't know. He mentioned it like 4 times, and I never listen.
Is it on the East Coast, West Coast?
I'm sure
middle
it's
of the
nearby.
country?
I don't know. Isn't there like an all president's mountain thing?
There's lots of stuff.
I don't know. He sat next to me on the plane. God, it was the longest 2 hours of my life in the best way. I didn't listen to a word he said. I just nodded a lot and told him he was right.
An ultra or a hike?
No, it's a. He's waiting to hear. Like he's on the list, like to get in. So what's that?
There's lots of things.
Greg, can you please write into the show? Can you leave us a voice memo?
I wonder if he's voice memo. I wonder if he's going after the Jigger Johnson Ultra.
That's not it. I would have remembered that name because it sounds a lot like jackhammerjohnson.com.
Sure does.
No, I'm spacing right now. I literally have brain fog from my COVID from 2.5 years ago, which you joked about when we started, but it's real, and I can't remember things very well.
You're also in your mid-50s.
Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Early 50s?
You said it, buddy.
Do I have early onset late 50s?
I see a metal detector in your future,
Let me go to the crystal ball. I see in your future
A bucket hat?
a bucket hat that you've acquired from a red bubble store. We don't really know the URL, but just search for How Was Your Run Today. You'll find it.
Cargo shorts?
Wait, what? For reals?
Brooks Beasts and a metal detector. That's what I see in your...
Oh. I thought you were
Your
saying I could
future.
get all those at the Redbubble store.
No.
Oh, please. No. Okay, let me tell you a little story quickly about the metal detector. So I'm so glad you brought this up. Do you want to go to the toy chest?
Yes.
wasn't going to tell you this because I'm kind of embarrassed, but it's also a little bit like the inner workings of how Savers truly is. Okay, I had always thought that when you drop something off at Savers, it gets taken, it gets bundled, it gets trucked somewhere else, it gets evaluated, and it gets shipped to another location.
Savers warehouse.
Or whatever, but I really thought the stuff that
Right.
we're looking at in a Savers is from elsewhere. I don't know why. There's nothing I've ever read or thought that was true. It just feels like, well, they're going to have to evaluate this stuff and decide where it needs to go.
And they're like, no, actually, all ceramic figurines need to go to whatever, Wisconsin.
I
There's
don't
no
know.
market for them in
I don't
Massachusetts.
know. So the other day, I was going through some stuff. As you know, I moved. Gosh, it's almost 9 months ago.
Almost.
And I'm doing the final, like, we have too much of whatever. The metal detector goes. I take it to Savers.
The thing that started this version of the show.
I haven't even told Anna this, and I lived with her.
Uh-oh. And it was hers.
It was her son's.
Yeah. But you said, I can't be this person right now. Beep.
Well, first off, I don't think it's a good quality.
Beep.
I don't think it's. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to get a real one.
Yeah, it's a
spend some money.
child's metal detector.
It's a child's, and I don't even know if it's going to work.
Right. It's like that stethoscope in the play school doctor's kit.
I can hear a heartbeat. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Yeah.
Just a piece of foam.
So I take it to Savers. I drop it off with a couple other things. The guy says, do you want the coupon for 20% off? And ever since I've found out that they're not a charity in any way, I was like, yeah, give me the 20% off. Because you know I'm going to go park my car and go look for toys.
Yeah.
So I do.
Okay.
I park my car and I go look for toys. And I'm not going to say I found something amazing, but I found something amazing. In fact, I found 2 things amazing. I found a third thing and I put it back and I wish I had taken it.
Vinyl Cape Jawa?
We're not going to get into the details. But the important part is when I walked around the electronics lighting area, because I'm always on the hunt for lamps to decoupage. Don't look at me like that. I see the guy I just handed the metal detector to, and he puts it on the shelf, and I walk over to it, and it's got a $9.99 sticker on it. And for a second, I'm like, I should probably buy this. And then I'm like, that's insane. It's literally the one I just gave him 16 minutes ago. But I actually
Brain
had the
fog
thought,
much?
like, oh my God, is it worth $10? Maybe I should take this.
Yeah.
So not only does it not get shipped anywhere, they just have a label machine in the back, and they're throwing the stuff out willy-nilly.
And how many people buy the things they brought in?
Probably more than you
Probably
think.
pretty often.
Yeah, if it comes, yeah.
If you're just looking for bargains.
Oh my God, look at this denim. I should probably buy this denim. Wow, it has a hole in the exact same place as my pair did.
I used to have one of these.
Jeez, I can't
4
believe.
minutes ago.
Yep, and now I've paid $15 to get it.
Hilarious.
Yep, didn't buy it. I felt
good
really
for you.
But I did have the coupon. I mean, it would have been almost $2 off. Anyway, I'm super excited.
Oh my
What date is that again? That's June 21st.
June 21st.
Can we hear the song again so people understand?
This would have been shorter tomorrow, or for that matter, yesterday. But that don't matter, 'cause all we really have is this little here solstice day.
Huge thank you to Jeff Cronenberg, always coming through in the clutch with these unbelievable compositions.
So fun.
Truly a genius. Bryan, I'm really excited to hear more about what's coming up next week. I know we got a voicemail from James McCabe, but something happened in the edit or the way he sent it. There's damage.
Well, it kind of came in the middle of the story.
So we kind of need James to redo that. You're going to talk to him.
Fresh voice memo.
But I feel bad because I'm sure James has told Michael Goff, listen to this week's show because I'm all over it. Well, you're not at all, James. The marathon's over.
Wow.
Well, great job, though. He did a great job.
Wow.
He did a great job.
He did a wonderful job.
Also,
and
I think it would be
sounds
nice.
like he felt pretty good about it.
No, we know he sounded good because we heard the last half, but it's the first half I need to hear about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, James. I also want him to come on live.
That might even be better.
Do you think he's coming out for part of the longest day of the year?
Well, like I said, I haven't been to the stadium in like a month because my body is ruined. So I haven't seen anybody.
Well, you're in your mid-50s.
I
Can't wait to see you next week.
Evening, Dupree.
This would have been shorter tomorrow, or for that matter, yesterday. But that don't matter, 'cause all we really have is this little here solstice day.